What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Dan, a Lakers fan, coming to you guys after a surprising 102-95 victory versus the San Antonio Spurs. It was a little shocking, guys, that we dominated the Spurs from beginning to end, even though in the second half, Greg Popovich benched basically the whole starting lineup because he didn't like the way that our starters dominated their starters. We're basically beating them by, 27, I think, in the first quarter. It was amazing to watch. I was blown away. I'm gonna get into the bad thing first about this game, though, because I didn't appreciate something Luke Walton did during the course of this game. Now, this is just a theory on my part, but I thought it was really shady, guys. You guys tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. But I thought it was shady that out of nowhere, D'Angelo Russell got injured and missed the game without any reports beforehand. Normally, when somebody bangs knees, there's a report, like supposedly it happened during practice. I'm not sure if they meant the on-court practice or if they meant like practice, but out of the blue, he banged his knee and was out. Another thing I thought was shady was that Brandon Ingram, they were supposedly going to play him without minute restrictions, and he looked amazing in the first quarter. He was dominating Kawhi Leonard and anybody who was guarding him. I think he went 3 for 4 for 8 points, 3 assists, and a couple of rebounds, and they yanked him out of the game. And to cap it off, Clarkson banged knees and they yanked him out of the game. So I said, this is really strange to me. It can't be such a coincidence that basically our whole starting lineup got yanked out of the game, or anybody who was effective. I thought it was a tanking effort by the coaching staff, and I don't like it. Even though we do need to lose games, and pretty much it's over, guys. Tanking is over. Let's accept the fact that we're going to be the third in the third slot in the lottery for picking. Who knows? We can stand up in first place, but our odds fell off a bit. And you know what? I'm okay with that because our young players have grown and improved, and these victories have come through them. So I'm okay with it. But that's what I didn't like about tonight, is that we had a golden opportunity to embarrass San Antonio in San Antonio, something that doesn't happen. We hadn't won a game in San Antonio since 2014. And Luke Walton basically yanked out our starting lineup in a tanking effort, in my opinion. That's what I think he was doing. I think they were tanking. And I don't appreciate that, because if tanking comes, it has to come organically. It has to be through the players, missing shots and losing and being outplayed. We cannot force our players to tank. We shouldn't be forcing losing habits on our team. I don't agree with that. I'm okay with tanking as long as it's within the course of the game and it just happens organically. But I'm not okay with tanking if it's manipulated, which is something the Phoenix Suns are doing right now. That's why I have no respect for that franchise right now. They've lost, 13 in a row after they were actually competing and Devin Booker was looking nice. They yanked out Eric Bledsoe to tank. And sure, Phoenix Suns fans might say, well, you guys yanked out Dang and Moskov, but that's not so much tanking purposes as it is for player development. It's the same thing with Nick Young. We know what those players are going to do next year. And the player development has worked. Guys have improved. Brandon Ingram looks as aggressive as ever. He looks effective in the mid-range, where I've said it before, it's his bread and butter. He's killing everybody in the post now. He's using his length advantage, and I was glad to see that tonight. And I thought he was going to go out for a new career high the way he was dominating tonight. Very disappointed to see him yanked out in the first quarter, but that's just me. That's the only thing I didn't appreciate about this game. I thought that Luke Walton started tanking. He bought into that. And if the players sense that, they're going to buy out of that coaching style, because players don't appreciate tanking. Players don't want to tank. That's why Tyler Ennis had a new career high and pushed us over the top. By the way, great game. I think he'd make a great backup point guard for us. We should sign him to like a 2-3 year extension on the cheap. He's cheap, and he's only 22, and he actually has a nice speed burst. He plays decent defense. He attacks the rim really well, and he's a good shooter, actually. So I'd say we signed Tyler Ennis to an extension. He has earned it in my book. He's only had one bad game since he came to the Lakers, and I've been keeping a close eye on him, and I really like what the kid does. He was great in college. I remember him in college. He was a star in college. So I believe he was a lottery pick for the Phoenix Suns back in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So he only has like 3 years in the league, or this is his third year in the league. But I think this kid is really good. He had 19.6 assists. He looked good, and he looked good versus San Antonio Spurs. He outplayed basically any second unit players, and he kind of outplayed Tony Parker in the first quarter. So I was really, really proud of Tyler and his new career high for him. Sometimes players just need opportunities. I feel like since this kid was drafted, he hasn't had a proper opportunity. Ever since he came in, he's been playing behind guards like Eric Bledsoe, Devin Booker. He's been playing behind guards like that, and then they traded him to another team, at the Bucks, I think, and he was playing behind Michael Carter Williams. He was playing behind the Greek Freak, and now he was in Houston, and he was behind James Harden, Patrick Beverly, amongst many other guards that they have. So I think when opportunity comes knocking and a player rises to the occasion, he shows his true worth, and that's what Tyler Ennis has done here for the Lakers. We needed a backup after we traded Lou Williams, and he has come through for us many, many games. And I know a lot of you guys are going to be upset because we didn't lose tonight. I was on Twitter, and a lot of people are saying we can't even tank right. But tanking shouldn't be manipulated. It should be, if you're going to tank, it has to be by trading away veterans or giving your youngins time to develop. That's the right way of tanking. The wrong way of tanking is trying to manipulate your team to lose, like we tried to do tonight. It backfired, thank God, because I did not like what Luke did. I thought he pulled out Brandon because he felt like Brandon was going to win us the game. And that backfired on him anyways because Popovich pulled out his whole starting lineup and our bench was able to dominate their bench. So I'm proud of our bench, man. They really shown that they can be a good bench on a playoff team. And I think next season we're like a star away, guys. If we trade for a star, I think we're going to be very competitive. I feel like we're finally developing an identity. Ever since Magic Johnson came on board, we've got tougher, grittier. We're diving for loose balls. That play where Corey Brewer chased down Tony Parker, got the steal, and we ended up getting the layup instead of them getting the layup. That was crucial. But I was proud of the guys tonight. Like I said, I didn't appreciate the tanking effort, benching D'Angelo, benching Ingram, and eventually benching Clarkson. I didn't like that. Now, if Clarkson's was an injury, then that's okay. But I don't think the other two warranted being benched. And they're really, really producing, and this is a time when we have to just let them go free and produce. And let them keep growing. And these are crucial moments. This could have been a big-time confidence booster for Mr. Ingram. So I was really disappointed. He was dominating the game early on, and I was really hyped to see him play. The future is bright, Laker Nation. You guys should be excited. Don't be upset. Anyways, we still have to go to the lottery. It don't matter. Even the 14th lottery team has a chance to get first overall pick. So still got to leave it up to the ping pong balls. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys after the next one on Friday. Peace out.